Hello, it's Johnny Campbell here, the Transition Man, and I want to thank you for coming over and checking out my latest video here, which really comes down to the issue of procrastination. Over a number of years of working with individuals, I've had people come to me and pose various questions to me. And one of them simply was this. It was like, why can't I change, Johnny? Why can't I create the lasting change that I want in my life so I can get the results that I really want in my life? There's things I want to pursue. There's money I want to make. There's happiness I want to achieve. Why is it that I'm not able to live the life that I really want to live? They tell me I'm a good person. I deserve this. Why can't I live that life? Why do I procrastinate or self-sabotage myself from achieving those results that I surely know I have the ability, the capacity, and the heart to achieve? Well, I started to think about that. And I thought long and hard about why is it that we procrastinate? Why is it that we are not able to get to the place that we really want in our lives? What is holding us back? Is it some external forces around us? Or is it something within us that is keeping us from the things that we want? I started thinking about this. And even in my own personal life, I started to notice these personal issues that were keeping me from the things that I wanted in my life. And I had to push through to get my breakthrough. Notice what I said there. I had to push through to get my breakthrough. Because that's really the only way you're going to get through anything. You've got to push through it. And I started to notice first that there were these things that were holding me back. They were creating this resistance in my heart. And were really keeping me from getting where I wanted to go. And the first one was the fantasy of the idea. In my mind, the fantasy of the idea had become all-consuming. When you want something in your life and you really think about it, and the fantasy of the idea just gives you goosebumps, sometimes because that fantasy is so powerful, somewhere along the lines, the reality of the work never comes through. You fantasize about it, but you don't do the work. And you don't do the work because in some way you don't believe. And I started to realize if the fantasy of the idea is greater than the reality of doing the work, what is the issue? And the issue comes down to three things. And a way to create this power is to understand these three things. The reason that the fantasy is greater than the reality of the work is because in some area you must lack knowledge, your skill level is not up to where it needs to be, or you don't have a system in place. When you have the knowledge, when you have the skill level, and when you have a system in place, the reality of the work and the results you want becomes greater than the fantasy. Because you can fantasize about it, but when you think about, do I have the knowledge, do I have the skill, do I have the system? If those things aren't in place, the fantasy will always be greater than your willingness to start doing the work. So if you find yourself where the fantasy is greater than your willingness to do the work, look for the fact that maybe it's a knowledge, maybe it's a skill, or maybe it's a system issue. You don't have enough systems in place to pull it off. Next key issue here is perfectionism. Many people can achieve great things in their life, but they're trying to be perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. You've got to start moving forward in your life. And it's about you taking those steps. Nothing will be perfect. There will always be flaws. We're human. But it is about progress. And you have to take that step. You don't have to have every piece in place to begin. You just need to take the first step. With the first step comes the next step. But you've got to take those steps. You've got to take your mind off of being perfect and put your focus on moving forward. The next one is a fear of rejection. You have to understand something about people. In our lives, we've been conditioned to believe that we need approval, authorization, or permission to do anything in our life. Throughout life, we've been educated to wait for someone to give us the okay. Well, I'm here to tell you, you already have the okay. You have to decide. See, I want you to understand something, that success is not your right. Success is a decision. And you have to decide for yourself. You can't wait for other people to give you the okay, or you'll never get where you want to go in your life. spent many years working and coaching and speaking around the world and around the country. And I've come to realize that no one can give me permission to be successful. I have to make a decision, and you have to make a decision. Next key point here is a lack of clarity. When you're out pursuing your dreams, you got to get clear as to what you want. You have to be able to see it, feel it, experience it. You got to get clear and have clarity, because the moment you are unclear as to what you want or where you want to go, you will procrastinate. You will stop because you've lost your focus. And if you find yourself slowing down, I want you to go back and look at why you started this. That will help you gain clarity. The final thing is this: a fear of consequence. Sometimes in life, people have a fear of consequences. If I do this, this will happen to me. If I do this, this will happen to me. Yes, there is a cause and effect in our lives. But to change your life, you must accept that for every decision you make, there is a consequence to it. But as long as you're making decisions that are moving you forward, then don't pay attention to the consequences, because those consequences are dwarfed by the power of what you want in your life. You keep your eyes focused on the things that you want. Of course, you'll have to let go of things as you move forward in your life. That's what happens in life. We have to let go to grow. So there will be things you will have to let go of: people, places, locations. But what you're looking for in your life is in front of you. And you've got to keep your mind focused on that if you want to achieve the results you're looking for. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what I've done here is laid out a roadmap for a series of videos that I'm going to be creating here. I wanted to have a conversation with you. I want you to make sure that if you like what I've shared here, you make sure you give me all 5 stars on this. Make sure you comment on this video. Make sure you share this video with other people. My name is Johnny Campbell. I call myself the Transition Man. And I help people move through the challenges of life to achieve the results they want in their life. I'd love to help you. I'd love to talk to you further. If you're on my blog, be sure to make a comment, shoot me an email note. Be sure to join my information, my newsletter. Let's stay in touch and continue this conversation. More videos to come, more information to come. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help you. So once again, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share these insights, and I look forward to seeing you and hearing you comment on my videos to come. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.